Martin Jacobson is the man of the hour, trying to dispatch Felix Stevenson here. Heads up for the World Series of Poker main event bracelet and $10 million first place prize. Inside the Penn and Teller Theater, I'm Lon McCarran with Norman Chad and Antonio Esfandiari, bringing you all the action until a champion is crowned tonight. We're glad you are with us. Hope you've been with us the whole way. It has been quite an amazing performance. Tara Scott taking care of our sideline action and the breaks with two very difficult gentlemen to handle, Daniel Negreanu and Phil Hellmuth during the breaks. Hope you're having fun watching those. That has been a treat. Right now, Felix Stevenson with 48.7 million chips is up against it. Jacobson with almost 152 million. Stevenson with the raise with Queen 4 off.
Hand 320, gentlemen. Any chance of breaking the 399 record, Norman?
There's a chance always for anything, so yes, there is.
Deuce 7-9.
Check.
Ace high best for Stevenson as he has the better 4. They do share the 4, as you see. Jacobson watching Stevenson after his own check.
Bet $4 million.
Well, we might get a call here. He's got the runner flush draw. He's got ace high, which is typically the best hand.
He's got the better diamond should that come runner.
Absolutely.
Call.
If I'm Stevenson and I just fired at this with Queen 4 and got called, I am not happy.
5 of hearts. No improvement for Stevenson.
But you know, when you fire with a hand like Queen 4 on that flop, you have to be prepared to put in the second barrel. Because if you get called, you can't just give up a 15 million chip pot.
Because those opponents file that away.
Yeah, look, sometimes you run into a hand and, you know, it's kaputs, but...
Yeah, Jacobson does not fire.
That's a really good card for Jacobson, actually.
Stevenson does not fire. I apologize for that. But now with the second 7 out there. The Swede with the big chip advantage. Going into action.
Bet $8 million.
Thought he was going for his cards.
Has been called. I mean, this is probably more just Hollywood than anything else. Stevenson, he showed too much weakness on the turn. I mean, the way the hand played, Jacobson actually could have a 7.
And there is the fold, and Jacobson will take another pot from Felix Stevenson, the biggest tournament of the year. Jacobson full well knows the gravity of the situation. He has to be as well prepared as possible.
Know if you ever be ready for something like this, but I really think that I've done everything I could to give myself the best shot.
Yeah, sit and goes were his bread and butter online for a long time. I don't particularly like sit and goes, Lon. I prefer to stand than sit.
You prefer the bread and butter.
Oh,
yes, he does. In London.
Touche. But yeah, a lot of preparation for Martin Jacobson. We talked about yesterday, 500 hours with his poker friends over the last 4 months. It's like that's a full-time job.
Jacobson will win it with the raise. And, you know, once he got a taste of those satellites that earned him that World Series package, he was unstoppable. He started winning satellites all around the world, and he got very good at it. And he started cutting his teeth on those online satellites, and he has learned this live game, as we have seen, as well as anybody has. And look at this, all those red chips in his corner. $161 million worth to $39 million for Stevenson. And Stevenson will fold his button.
Jacobson, born in Stockholm, raised near Stockholm, moved to London, says he prefers London to Stockholm for its variety and how multicultural it is. But he says everything does work a little better in Sweden. He kind of gets tired of the garbage, he says, on the streets of London. But he likes London a lot, but him and his girlfriend now are thinking of getting out of the big city. He says he wants to get some fresh air and some nature. Martin, come with me to the Galapagos Islands. Yeah, they are looking for someplace outside of the big city later this year.
Bet $4 million.
I love the big city. Sometimes it just overwhelms you after a while, you know?
Sure, it can wear you down.
Jacobson with pocket nines.
Well, if Stevenson wakes up with a hand here, this could be it, boys. I mean,
he's got the look that he's got something.
He's got the look.
That little nod up. You see that with the chin?
He's got the look. This could be it. Definitely, he doesn't do that and fold, typically. He usually folds a little bit faster than that. So I think there might be some fireworks. And Jacobson obviously isn't going anywhere with a pair of nines heads up. Psych. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he brings his blind back within. And here are the Rays with Queen 8 trying to get fancy. Bad time for that.
9.5.
Yeah, his body language seemed to indicate a stronger hand than that.
Jacobson looking to see how many chips Stevenson has behind after that wager.
So nines is a great hand, but you don't want to call and let an overcard come out. So yeah, you have to go in all in here and just pick up the $9.5 million.
Wow, and what a big leap forward for Martin Jacobson there.
Yeah, Jacobson now with his biggest chip lead here, 6-1. Stevenson in his more forbidding position now. His low point of this heads-up match, and he's now down under 20 big blinds.
The red zone for Stevenson, and the finish line within sight of Jacobson's view, but he's smart enough to know not to get ahead of himself, not to be counting out that $10 million just yet until actually he can touch it. Stevenson with the button. A lot fewer chips to work with.
Raise.
And the one thing about the big denomination chips, they're fun to have, but when you're down short, you just don't have too many chips to work with, and it's a little depressing.
Absolutely. It almost feels like Jacobson just has too much momentum.
All in.
I don't think anything can stop him at this point.
Ace 5, and you pretty much see him pushing down the accelerator, and maybe that red stack there is just for intimidation factor.
It's working. I'm intimidated. I'm back here.
Well, there hasn't been any huge hands for Jacobson here, but it's almost been like death by 1,000 small cuts.
Right.
And Felix Stevenson now down to 24 million, 15 big blinds.
It was shocking to see that the pocket nines. There you see that stack that Stevenson has to focus on. I mean, what more can you look at when you look over there? And that probably is worth more than everything that Stevenson has in his stack right there.
Yeah, you're right. That one big tower.
3.5.
Raise. 3.5.
Another fold. Jacobson will take it again. Wow. And Jacobson had the best hand there with 6 straight of hearts. And you look back at the hands he's had, Norman, you talk about, and the pocket nines was a bit shocking to see such a big hand as Stevenson's hand. Stevenson's crowd trying to get going, but the hands that Jacobson has been winning with him, you look back at 6 straight, ace 5, ace 4, king 9, 9, 7, queen. So these are the hands he's playing and collecting chips with.
Obviously, Felix hasn't had much either. He's had very slim holdings, and to his credit, no fancy play syndrome. He's put himself in a position where if he can pick up a hand and double up, he's still got a chance.
He's got 23 million right now.
All in.
He says all in with a king. King deuce. Jacobson says, all right, you can take that one. You can take that one. Try it again next time, though.
Boy, when you ship with a king deuce and your opponent is looking at his cards, that's the ultimate sweat. You're just praying in your head, please, no ace, no pair.
In the last 5 of the last 7 years, the starting heads-up chip leader won. Pius Hines won. And Ryan Reese won after Jay Farber entered heads-up as the leader. So the 2 exceptions in the last 7 years. Jacobson entered heads-up as the definitive chip leader and raises here with Jack-7 to $3.5 million. And Stevenson we saw shove once with King Deuce, and so we know his mindset, and he's shoving again with Ace Queen.
Well, I think I mentioned earlier in the telecast the other day, Ace Queen in Norway known as the waffle hand, because if you play it too hard, you'll soon be eating waffles. But heads up, Ace Queen, a very good hand, and you do want to play it pretty hard.
Absolutely. By the way, with the Ace Queen and the Lon McCarron Memorial hand, all those bets are off heads up. You know, we can't be held accountable for that.
That's true. Still pocket jacks.
I know, pocket jacks. You can't do it heads up. In a deep hole is Felix Stevenson.
Raise 3.5.
He has to push the action. He has to try to get some chips back, and he's getting some hands here the last few minutes. Ace-9 of hearts, a raise to $3.5 million.
All in.
All in.
Stevenson's
this might be
calling,
it.
By the way, this is going to be it.
And a call.
And there it is, the pocket nines for Jacobson against the Ace-9 of Stevenson, and this could be it. It could be pocket tens leading Jacobson to $10 million.
Yeah, that was bang, bang. Cards pretty much playing themselves right there. And now Martin Jacobson on the verge of eliminating Felix Stevenson.
We were waiting for a big hand versus big hand. Jacobson was just siphoning chips off here and there against Stevenson. Stevenson got a hand he could shove, but he runs in to the pocket tens of Jacobson, and this could be the final hand of the 2014 main event.
Well, I like how Scott Seaver still coaching Felix Stevenson as if they are going to continue after this hand.
It's true.
That's wonderful.
25%.
Ace-9 of hearts at risk.
And of course the 10-4-10 chant we often hear.
And that's a 10 and a 9 in the flop. But the set for Jacobson, and now less than 1% is Stevenson's chances right now. What a flop, what a perfect moment. Lots of tens for $10 million. And Stevenson all but resigned to the outcome. For Jacobson, this successful tournament pro without a big breakthrough victory until this main event. And the king will finish it. Martin Jacobson has his breakthrough win. He has climbed the mountain and is poker's 2014 world champion.
Sweden's first main event champion is a worthy one.
Look, he deserved it. He played the best. He put himself in a position, he put in more preparation than anybody else. He should have won.
If ever there was a perfect poker tournament played, Martin Jacobson played it the last 2 nights here in the Penn and Teller Theater. His first bracelet is worth $10 million in a world championship. He can hardly believe it, considering the position he was in last night with so few big blinds. to work his way through this very talented field and to finally stand alone.
Yeah, sometimes you get real lucky to win it in the final table. This time, the guy who played best won it at this final table.
Jacobson with his girlfriend Angelica, and a very emotional Felix Stevenson finishing second for over $5 million, but he wanted this title. There's only one man who deserves our DraftKings King of the Night. The king of the last two nights, Martin Jacobson, played the tournament of his life, the most important tournament in poker. When it came down to it, you just had to feel that he was going to be the one. Even when he was short stacked, making all the moves, and finally with the pocket tens, only to be graced with a set. And all those tens add up to $10 million. It's been an amazing main event and an amazing performance. It's going to go down in poker lore, Antonio.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Jacobson came in so focused and ready to do what he just did. He put on a clinic, and he did it in style and with calmness and class. Congratulations, Jacobson.
Yeah, he had 7 big blinds at this final table, 145 hands in. And on hand number 328, he wins it all as he has all the chips.
Everyone going crazy inside the Penn and Teller Theater. It is time for the bracelet presentation ceremony. Let's go down to our Kara Scott with the man of the hour.
The 2014 World Series of Poker main event runner-up is Felix Stevenson. Felix, you put so much hard work and heart and effort into this final table. Can you describe what this experience has been like for you?
It was a lot of fun. It was a roller coaster, and I mean, obviously very disappointed now to have been so close and couldn't close the deal. But I mean, I ran pretty good to get here and can't really complain, I guess. Also, it was a really tough final table, so it was just a fun experience overall.
It was an incredibly tough final table, and we do have a new champion. Now, Martin, you said that you were more interested in the title than all of this money. It's in front of you now. Why does the title mean more?
It just means a lot to me. I've been dedicating so many years to poker, and yeah, I've been close a lot of times. But I felt like all those close shots was leading up to this moment. So I had a really good feeling when coming in. Yeah, I stayed confident all the way, and also dedicated a lot of work for preparation.
And an incredible moment for you and for the people that have been railing you. I could see they pretty much put you on the floor there. What is it like when all of that happens?
Crush my throat. No, it means a lot. They're a lot more excited than I am, probably because they understand what happened, and I think I'm in shock. I'm not really feeling anything right now. I just feel super weird.
Well, we're going to add to that right now. I'm going to introduce Jason Arashaben of Jason of Beverly Hills. He is the designer of our championship jewelry, this incredible piece.
Thank you. Please, thank you. We at Jason of Beverly Hills are honored to present the groundbreaking, historic 2014 World Series of Poker National Championship bracelet to today's winner with over 35 carats of flawless white and black diamonds, over 300 grams of gold. This bracelet is truly fitting for that of a champion. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Here, I'll take that.
Congratulations.
And Felix finally has Martin finally has the bracelet in his hands. He was the leader on the very first day of the main event, and he is the leader on the very last day of the main event.
And one of the better short stack performances at a final table we've seen. He started 8th in chips out of 9 at this final table. He was short stacked forever.
That's it.
And then he ends up having all the chips.
What are you going to remember most about this, Antonio?
Just his performance, his ability to stay patient when he was short, and just, you know, his dedication and everything about him. It's just really going to stick out.
He was tested to the max throughout this main event final table, but what a night for Martin Jacobson. The gold bracelet, a spot in poker history, and of course the green at the end of the rainbow, $10 million. Until next year, for Norman Chad, Kara Scott, Antonio S. Van Diari, Phil Hellmuth, Daniel Negreanu, and our entire crew, I'm Lon McCarron. We hope you've enjoyed it. A brand new way to watch the main event. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Martin Jacobson, 2014 World Series of Poker main event champion.